Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video, we're going to have a look at, I guess, the possibility of having hyperinflation. So yeah, look, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. There's some silly numbers being mentioned that Bitcoin could potentially reach, and we want to sort of dig into this. And yeah, look, I'm really intrigued to get your views and opinions, so do let us know in the comments below. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Right, let's get down to the desktop. Okay, so we're going to start here on coin market cap. Now, the total market cap of all crypto is up 2.38% in the last 24 hours at $1.18 trillion. And Bitcoin has passed $28,000 at 28 and 74.52. So, look, I think this is fantastic to see Bitcoin up almost 35% in the last 7 days. Now, there's a lot of people in the comments, not necessarily of the podcast, but the main channel, talking about the fact that, you know, you never get anything right and this, that, the other. We have been right all the way through since like back in May and earlier than that. But like from May, we predicted June bottom. That happened. We said that wasn't the lowest low. We went on to say that we expected a new lower low later. That happened in, I think, November. And look, we've said that we kind of expect another lower low to potentially happen. Now, it doesn't have to happen, but, you know, this is our expectation. Now, you know, what the Fed do can potentially change that. And I want to be really clear about this because, you know, just like anything in life, everything is a moving target. If you're saving up for a holiday and the car breaks down, well, you might have to use some of that potential savings to fix your car. It's no different with crypto and making bold predictions. And, you know, I want to be really clear on that. These are moving targets, and, you know, every Fed interest rate hike, you know, could potentially make an adjustment to that and so forth. So look, we're in what I believe for crypto is uncharted water. So look, there's nobody that has a crystal ball, and I think that needs to be made abundantly clear. If you're making any investment decisions, then you need to do that based on your own investment choices and decisions based on your own research. You can't just watch influencers and make financial decisions. Just not what this is about. And I want to be really clear on that. You know, watch the videos, you know, be kept up to date, learn about the, where people that are heavily ingrained in the market think it's going. But, you know, you need to go away and do your own research. You know, we have courses on 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗀𝗠𝗀com that enable you to go learn how to do the charting yourselves. You know, this is stuff that is fundamentally so important to the success of any investor. Risk management being another one, and we're seeing even the banks lacking, you know, basic risk management. And we've got risk management courses, all that wonderful stuff for you. So look, it's easy to sit back, watch a YouTuber, follow their every move, and then blame them if it doesn't plan out like as you kind of expected it to. You know, you've got to keep an eye on not only crypto and the whole entire crypto market, you've got to keep an eye on all the other markets as well and what is actually happening. Now, there is a potential that, you know, the Fed don't do the right thing. And if they do the right thing, we're going to see, in my opinion, everything that we've been talking about on this channel for such a long time. Now, what I would say is the Fed don't always do what they should do and what is the right thing to do. Sometimes they just bail out their best friends that, you know, are very wealthy and very influential, because that is just what they do. This is corruption at like the highest level, and it's everywhere in the world, in my opinion. So look, I just wanted to clear that up, be really clear with people. You know, we are trying to navigate this space really well in order to, you know, support as many people as possible, so you know, people can be successful in this space. And sometimes you have to go against the narrative in order to do that, right? You know, this whole time from like, I think it was June when the bottom was back then. Everybody told us we were wrong, and we were told, here's 7 magic indicators from the likes of 𝗕𝗪𝗠𝗃, and basically told we were wrong, but from many different influencers and many different people in the comments of the videos. And everybody's really quick to jump on an influencer because their narrative is not the same as the vast majority. And don't forget, bullish content, clickbaitable thumbnails, and all this sort of stuff, and the narrative and the things that basically are what you want to hear are likely to be, get a bigger following, get more views, and all that sort of stuff. So we're going against the narrative because that's truly what we believe is, happening in this space. Now, is there a potential for that to go the other way? Yes. And there's a lot of people that are saying, well, you've missed out on all of this. We haven't. We said that we were expecting, more lows, and we also said to expect bear market rallies. And this is what we're seeing, bear market rallies. This is everything we've been preaching. So I just wanted to clear that up and just make sure everybody is aligned as to what is actually being articulated here on the channel. So let's move on. We've got Bitcoin market dominance hits 9-month high as altcoins turn red. And I want to sort of just touch on this. I don't really want to get into the article, but I do want to touch on Bitcoin's market dominance and sort of try to explain to people what is actually happening here, right? Basically, bonds have lost a lot of value and are being sold by investors with everything that's been happening recently, with all the banks, basically looking like they're going to fail. And yes, there's been some bailouts, but basically what's been happening is, these investors have been moving to scarce assets, which are usually the types of assets like precious metals. So, your gold, your silver, but you've also got Bitcoin there. So I think we've got a little bit of this. Now, I'm not suggesting that, lots of whales are buying. Nick kind of looks at all the data for that. But, I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see that come through in the data, because this is what tends to happen. Now, am I saying that people are going to be moving away from, precious metals? I don't think so. I think precious metals are like an insurance policy, and, this is where they would go to basically, keep value or wealth. And, Bitcoin is probably the next addition to that, but not everybody's going to be going there. I just want to be really clear on that. But I think that's what we're seeing at the moment. That's why the dominance is there for Bitcoin. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. We've got US banking cut off present opportunities for crypto in Europe. Policymakers seem to be doing their best to basically, scupper all the on ramps into crypto, and they're not really leaving the door open for basically fintech when it comes to onboarding your money into crypto. So we need to be aware of this. There are still many ways that you can still onboard into crypto, but you're going to have to be very, very careful in how you do it, because the last thing you want is your bank account to be closed down. But at the same time, the banks do need a wake-up call. There does seem to be this agenda that, crypto is the reason why the financial system is crashing. The traditional banking system is crashing, and I think this is just a narrative, and it's not an accurate one. And it's one that is just easy to put it on them, because a lot of people mainstream don't understand crypto and don't understand that actually it's no different to what we're seeing now. Poor risk management from the banking sector and the Fed's interest rate hikes is what's caused this collapse of these banks. We are going to go on to see the small banks fail because the big banks are being bailed out, but no one cares. And I say no one in power cares, because their best friends are the ones that benefit because they own stock, or they are the banks and the hedge funds and the people that benefit the most. So look, just be aware of all this stuff, and do let me know your thoughts and opinions. Do you align with what I'm saying, or are you not aligning with what I'm saying? We're interested to see. Threats to crypto have never been greater, but mass adoption is imminent. And this is an article that I pulled up because I think that headline really does resonate really well with me. I do think that there are lots of threats, the threats of stable coins, the threats of exchanges, third parties, losing your crypto or stealing your crypto or scammers. I don't think the social media platforms have done enough to prevent scams. I don't think that, we're in a particularly good, environment financially at the moment. Regulations isn't there. You got, the banks in the US potentially being cut off from crypto, so you can't onboard your crypto. Stable coins like failing and 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧 and all this stuff. There's lots of potential risks at the moment. And yeah, look, I think it is probably the most riskiest time to be involved in crypto from that regard. But at the same time, I do believe that mass adoption is coming. I do see the likes of big companies getting involved in blockchain technology, and that is so bullish. We need to be keeping an eye on that to make sure it stays bullish. We've got crypto Twitter betting on hyperinflation, and basically this could lead to BTC going to $1 million in 3 months. And this basically is the former CTO of Coinbase that's made this very bold prediction. I'm not aligned to it, but what I do say is that, if the Fed do pivot and they don't do what they should be doing right now, which is, a 0.5 hike, in my opinion, then we are going to see, more inflation. And I think that will lead to, the cost of living going up even more than it is now, which, when people think about it, that seems ludicrous, right? We are going to see food prices, energy prices go up, fuel prices go up. We're going to see asset prices go up. And that is all great if you're ultra wealthy or you've got a really decent sized portfolio. But if you're that everyday individual, your money is going to be, basically stretched. And you're not going to be able to invest in assets unless you get a monstrous size pay rise in line with inflation. So look, I think this is a very unique, uncharted waters that we find ourselves in when it comes to investing in cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. What I do want to say is there are, some risks that, you need to be aware of before making any investment decisions. One is that I'm not a financial advisor. You should treat this as educational purposes only. You should only invest what you're willing to lose, because you could potentially lose all of the money that you invest in cryptocurrency. And you should definitely, be a self-custody or hold self-custody of your cryptocurrency in a ledger device or, an equivalent hardware wallet, in my opinion. Just remember, you don't know who you're talking to online. You could be talking to a scammer that is trying to befriend you. So just be very, very careful. No influencer will ever reach out to you asking you for anything. So, these are some of the things that I think really need to be said right now. If you enjoyed today's video, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on hyperinflation and the price of BTC and what we should expect next. Are you aligned to new lower lows, or do you think we're just going to have a confirmation before a bounce and then we get out of this bear market and into a bull market? For me, it could be either one of those scenarios, but I am really interested to get your views and opinions. Mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.